Complementary angles are angles that have a sum of 90 degrees. We're going to be a little bit more specific, however, because in the past, that's all we really needed to know was that it was two angles that added to be a sum of 90 degrees. But now that we're working on a coordinate plane, complementary angles are two positive angles. And that's a very important part of the definition, this word positive. This two positive angles. So important, I'm going to highlight that. Whose sum is 90 degrees. So two angles, the angles have to be positive. Both of them have to be positive, and they have to add to be 90 degrees. Supplementary angles are also two positive angles. So again, that key word there is positive, along with the number 2, but positive is probably new to us. Two positive angles, and that's just how I make my little symbol for angle. That means angle right there. I'm not sure if I ever said that. That means angle. So two positive angles whose sum is 180 degrees. 180 degrees. We're going to find the complement and the supplement of each angle if one exists. We're going to start with 30 degrees, 10 minutes, 25 seconds. Actually, I wanted to start with, right up here, I'm going to start with something even easier. Let's say 30 degrees. So if I want to find the complement, I'll write the whole word out, the complement. What do we add to 30 degrees so that the sum is 90? Well, we already know that. That's 60 degrees. But how did we get that? 90 degrees minus 30 degrees is equal to 60 degrees. So in order to find that 60 degrees, we have to subtract 30 from 90. And the same is true with the supplement. What do we add to 30 degrees so that the sum is 180? Well, we're going to back into it by doing subtraction. 180 minus 30 degrees is equal to 150 degrees. So the complement of 30 degrees is 60 degrees, and the supplement of 30 degrees is 150 degrees. Now we can move on to something a little bit more challenging with degrees, minutes, seconds. So we have this angle, 30 degrees, 10 minutes, 25 seconds. We want to find the complement. The complement is going to equal 90 degrees minus the 30 degrees, 10 minutes, and 25 seconds. Now, in order to subtract 30 degrees, 10 minutes, and 25 seconds from 90 degrees, we need to subtract seconds from seconds, minutes from minutes, and degrees from degrees. But right here, I have 0 degrees, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. So I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm going to borrow from this 90 degrees. I'm going to borrow a degree, and that's going to give me 60 minutes. So borrowing a degree gives me a minute, 60 minutes. Now I need to borrow a minute to get seconds. So I'm going to borrow from the 60 minutes that I have. I'm going to borrow a minute, so I'm going to take a minute away, and I'm going to make it 60 seconds. Pretty cool. Okay, so we borrow a degree to give us 60 minutes. We borrow a minute to give us 60 seconds. Now we can subtract. And when we subtract, 60 minus 25 is 35 seconds. 59 minutes minus 10 minutes is 49 minutes. And 89 degrees, it's a degree mark, minus 30 degrees is 59 degrees. So the complement is 59 degrees, 49 minutes, and 35 seconds. Let's find the supplement. So the supplement is going to be 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, 10 minutes, 25 seconds. Once again, we're going to borrow a degree to give us 60 minutes. We'll borrow a minute to give us 60 seconds. And we will again have 35 seconds, 49 minutes, but this time 149 degrees. And that is our supplement. Likewise, we can find the complement and the supplement from decimal degrees. So the complement is going to be 90 degrees minus 120, let me line that up here, minus 120.45 degrees. Now, if I try to subtract 120.45 from 90, I'm going to end up with a negative value. And I need positive angles, two positive angles that will add to 90. This exceeds 90 degrees, therefore there is no complement. There is no complement. So I'm going to box that because that's the answer, no complement. So if your given angle already exceeds 90 degrees, there is no complement. But there is a supplement, and we know that because 120 does not exceed 180. So we have 180 degrees minus 120.45 degrees. And how do we do this? We're going to put 0.00 there. We're going to borrow a 7. That's going to give us 10. We'll borrow from the 10, giving us 9. That'll give us 10. We'll borrow from the 10, giving us 9. And there we go. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 0 is 9. 7 minus 2 is 5. And we get 59.55 degrees is the supplement of, don't forget what we're doing here, the supplement of 120.45 degrees. So that means if I add 59.55 to 120.45, they will be supplementary angles adding to 180 degrees. Okay, here are two for you to try. Two for you to try. Okay, if you've joined me, complementary angle, 90 degrees minus 24 degrees, 30 minutes, 40 seconds. And you should have gotten 20 seconds, 29 minutes, 65 degrees. 65 degrees. That's the complement. And the supplement is 180 degrees minus the 24 degrees, 30 minutes, 40 seconds. And we already know that this is going to give us 29 minutes, 20 seconds as identified up above, but we have 155 degrees this time for the supplement. So if you got those right, fantastic. Our complement for our decimal degrees, to save room, I'm just going to put a C right here. Just going to put a C right here. And we'll have 90 degrees minus 72.86 degrees. So that's going to be 89, 9, and then 10. So we'll have 4, 1, 17.14 degrees, and the supplement is 180 minus the 72.86, and that will be 179, 9, 10, 4, 1, 7, 107.14 degrees. So here's our supplement, and here's our complement.